Hello everyone, welcome to NEET Simplified. So today I am here with another episode to simplify another confusing concept. Today we are going to talk about the Brassicaceae, right? But before we go ahead, let me tell you this is the only NEET zone where you're going to get exclusively hand-drawn diagrams for you, and all the concepts would be cleared here very quickly and without any confusion. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to ring the bell icon so that you would be notified and simplified with all the NEET concepts. And without any delay, let's very quickly understand about Brassicaceae today. And this family is also called as Cruciferae. Why do we call that so? As you can see the flower over here, you can see this. When the flower is fully open, you will see that the petals are going to represent, or they're going to look like the Holy Cross. Hence, we call these as Cruciferae. Yes, and now coming to the inflorescence over here, this is called as corymb, which is one of the racemose type of inflorescence. And very clearly you can see that here. You can see the axis of the inflorescence called as the peduncle, on which you are seeing the flower buds and also the younger flowers, which are all coming to the same height, isn't it? Because of the varied lengths of the pedicel, they are growing to the same height. Hence, this is called as corymb inflorescence. Also, you are seeing the fruits over here on this axis as well, isn't it? So, these fruits have a special name. We call them as Silique. And why do we call that so? We're going to discuss in our further slides. So, without any further delay, let us also understand about the floral parts. The flowers here, in case of Brassicaceae, they are Tetramerous. That means the floral parts are all 4 in number. You are seeing that there are 4 petals and 4 sepals, right? So don't forget that the flowers are tetramerous. Coming to the sepals first, we always discuss about calyx and corolla, isn't it? Now coming to the calyx, you're going to see that there are 4 sepals. Very clearly, we can see that here. 4 sepals, and also they are not fused to each other. That is also seen very clearly. So they are polysepalous in nature. Right. Now, coming to the estivation, it is called as imbricate estivation. That means there is no specific arrangement, as we can call that here. It is just that 2 of the sepals are present towards the outside and 2 of them are towards the inside. So that is imbricate estivation. As we are seeing 2 and 2 outside and 2 inside, we call them as 2+2 arrangement as well. Right. Now coming to the petals. So we always remember that they look like the cross. So cruciferous, also they are poly, and there are 4 in number. So 4 petals, also polypetalous in nature. Here you can see as well, and here also, where they are not fusing with each other, isn't it? Hence polypetalous in nature. And coming to the estivation, you will see that the petals are not overlapping on each other. Only the margins are going to touch each other. So this is called as valvate estivation, very clearly seen here. Only the margins are just attaching to each other. You're not seeing the fusing of the petals. So polypetalous and valvate estivation, tetramerous flowers in case of the Brassicaceae. Now coming to the Androecium. In case of Brassicaceae, we are going to talk about the Androecium, which is a little different from others and also very important. We call this condition of Androecium in Brassicaceae as Tetradynamous condition, right? Why do we call that so? Here we have total of 6 stamens. You can see that here in the picture as well. and the Gynoecium, we're going to talk about it in some time, right? Now coming to the 6 stamens, there is a speciality here. 2 are short stamens and 2 are long. These are the stamens. When we separate them from the Gynoecium, you're going to see that in this way. But when they are in the flower, when they are arranged, you will see that there are 4 long stamens towards the inside and 2 short stamens towards the outside. As you can see very clearly here, these are towards the outside, the short stamens, and the long ones are towards the inside. Hence, we have the arrangement to be called as 2 plus 4, which is called as Tetradynamous arrangement. In case if it is 2 plus 2, then it is didynamous condition. If it is 2 plus 4, which is tetradynamous condition. Now, coming to the anthers, you can see that these anthers are bilobed. A typical angiospermic anther. It is a bilobed anther with two thecus, that is dithecus in nature, and also you're going to find 4 sporangia, hence tetrasporangiate condition. Now, coming to the ovary, this is also a little special in case of Brassicaceae. Let us understand that as well. Here you're seeing the stigma, style and ovary, which is a little elongated, right? Now when you take the cross section of the ovary, you are going to see that there are 2 carpels very clearly, isn't it? And they are fused to each other, hence it is syncarpous condition. Bicarpellary, because there are 2 carpels. Now, coming to the attachment of ovules, you can see 2 ovules over here which are attached to the wall of the ovary. Isn't it? You're seeing that they are attached to the wall of the ovary. Hence, this type of arrangement is called as parietal placentation. It is called as parietal placentation. Now coming to the most important part is the presence of this green line which you can see here. Now this is something which is not present when the ovary is formed. As the ovary is developing, as it is maturing, you will see that this green line, which is called as a false septum, is going to appear. You will see that as the ovary matures, the false septum is going to develop. Right? Now, when we see this after fertilization, the fruit, in the fruit as well, you will see this false septum or pseudoseptum, which is called as Replum, right? And you are seeing even the carpels over here, as we have discussed that fruit in this Brassicaceae family, we call this as Silique, as we have understood that earlier. Coming to this thing, Silique is a special fruit. Why? Because it is unlike apples, pears, there's no flesh inside. These are dry fruits, right? Now we'll not call this as almonds, pistachios and all. These are dry fruits with no flesh inside, with 2 carpels, and the unique feature is the presence of Replum, and also you're seeing the seeds inside over here. Right? So don't forget to remember about the pseudo septum or the false septum, which is called as Replum. Not present when the ovary is forming, it is present as the ovary matures. You will see the development of this false septum as well. Very quickly revise about the unique characteristics in case of Brassicaceae. Coming to the first one, the flowers, which are going to look like the Holy Cross. Hence, we call these as Cruciferae, isn't it? So we are calling the family also as Cruciferae. Now, coming to the flowers, they are Tetramerous. There are 4. The floral parts are 4 in number. So, we call them as Tetramerous flowers. Now, coming to Tetradynamous. So, you're not going to confuse with the terms Tetramerous and Tetradynamous. Tetramerous represents what? The number of the floral parts. Yes, now Tetradynamous is only regarding the Androecium, which is the 2 plus 4 arrangement of the stamens, isn't it? The 2 short stamens and the 4 long stamens. So do not get confused with Tetramerous and Tetradynamous. Now, coming to the presence of pseudo-septum, which is also called as false septum, pseudo or false septum, that is also called as Replum in fruit. Yes, so this is the presence of this particular characteristic is very special or unique in case of the Brassicaceae. Right, now let's very quickly move to the floral formula. Now in this case of Brassicaceae, some of the flowers are bracted, some are having no bracts, so we're not going to represent that in the floral formula. We're going to understand about the symmetry. Yes, symmetry is actinomorphic. That means you can cut the flower into equal halves in more than one plane, as you can see here, right? So the flowers are actinomorphic, they are bisexual. And coming to the calyx represented by K, we understood that there is imbricate estivation with 2 plus 2 arrangement, isn't it? And corolla, coming to that, it is C represented by C, 4 in number, the 4 petals. We understood that about the valvate estivation as well. Coming to the Androecium, the Tetradynamous condition, the 2 plus 4 condition will represent it here. Coming to the Gynoecium, a single superior ovary we have seen with 2 carpels in syncarpous condition, hence we call that, when we are going to represent in the brackets because of the fusion. Right? Now, coming to the economic importance of these Brassicaceae, how will you remember that? I hope most of us love to eat Manchuria, isn't it? Now, we can represent or we can remember this family as the Manchurian family. Yes, we know Manchuria is made with gobi and also cabbage. Both are into this family. Cabbage, cauliflower, we have broccoli. I know we don't like to eat broccoli definitely. So even when you look at the broccoli, you can also remember Brassicaceae, and also the turnips. They are also belonging to this family. So remember Manchuria, the Manchurian family. So with that, it is very quickly we can get reminded of this whenever you eat Manchuria. So we have cabbage, cauliflower, and also broccoli, which we definitely do not like. So when you look at the broccoli, remember Brassicaceae, we have radish and also turnips into this family, right? So that's about Brassicaceae, and we have simplified it completely to you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram as well, and if you like the content, do give a like, also share it with your friends, and don't forget subscribing to NEET Simplified. Thank you.